right, so how's everyone doing? Hopefully well, and that you had a great week. So, I wanted to talk about the effects of different guitars, or more specifically, I have a lot of guitars, and I'm sure a lot of you have a lot of guitars, and sometimes it's good to kind of swap them out here and there. And the reason being is that different guitars make you play differently. So, for example, I was just practicing off of this Gill X500, and you probably don't see a lot of younger people playing Gill X500s. I call this the old man, big boy guitar, put it that way. 17-inch lower bow, very deep. And I like playing this. I love it because first of all, it's a beautiful, beautiful sound that it gets out of it. So it's also like a 175, really a quintessential jazz box. And this one's from 1979, so it's aged extremely, extremely well. One of the things about playing guitar is music in general. It's about the mood that you're in. It's about the connection that you have, not only with the people who are listening, with yourself, but with your instrument. If you can feel one with the instrument, then you're gonna play better. It's just gonna be an extension of yourself. I like this guitar because it's so big. It's not a guitar I like to try to play fast beat bop lines or anything like that. It can be done. I've seen Rodney Jones, or I see an old clip of him playing an X500, and my man is like burning on it as far as like that with the pick. What I like this for is like chord melody stuff. If you notice the way I was playing, as a lot of it is a lot of things where I'm basically on the neck of the guitar, or definitely at the neck position pickup, and things like this definitely accentuates the warmer tones of the instrument. It's not about getting, harsh tones like closer to the bridge or anything like that. So, yeah, so this kind of helps me go slowly and work on my fundamentals in terms of chord movements. So a lot of times it may look like I am just noodling. I'm not really noodling per se. I'm actually thinking about destinations that I'm going to get to. I think maybe to the untrained ears, it does sound like noodling. So however you want to define it from that perspective. But what I'm working on is line development and connecting things chromatically. Like if I want to go from the D to an F right here, D to F, I'm thinking like that. So I'm kind of thinking about that, and a lot of it is already ingrained in my head. But basically, a guitar like this, like I said, accentuates the warmer, darker tones, and it does lend itself to intimacy in terms of like you feel more connected to the guitar. That's not to say that if I'm playing a Telecaster, I'm not going to feel connected to the instrument in and of itself, because there's great tele players. So it's not about just that. But for some reason, if I play the same thing on an Archtop and I play it on the Telecaster, even though it sounds exactly the same, if I play it correctly, there's a different type of connection. I just feel more connected with a bigger body sometimes playing, and it's like resonating. So even though the sound is going from the amp and things of that nature, the fact that this is like on my chest, I hear the notes, and I don't feel that with a Telecaster. So it's funny. I love Telecasters and I do a lot of videos with them. But at the same time, there is some virtue about Archtops still to this day. One of them, it's to a certain extent, and it's debatable, it's the connection that you have physically with the instrument. I mean, just the mere fact, this kind of reminds me of the cello in a way. When I play the cello, you've got this big instrument that's in between your legs. And right now I've got this thing, and I usually will play it like that sometimes. I've got a strap, and it's in a classical position, and it's in between my legs. If you can't feel intimate with that, I don't know what you're going to feel intimate with. So you feel very, very close and one with the instrument. So and yes, you could play all of that on a Strat, on the Tele, on Les Paul, but there is still some virtue to be had by playing some things on an archtop. So anyway, play them all. The whole idea or the whole point of this discussion was to show, or at least to talk a little bit about the fact that different guitars will make you play differently and will impart different things in terms of the types of connection that you have. And I would profess to say that, archtops do sometimes give you a little bit closer connection to the instrument. Not always, not always. And it's something that's debatable. So, like anything else, always practice, practice, and practice some more. Thank you again for watching.